Louisiana Beer Reviews, AlphaGator, Imperial IPA 2024 edition, 9% alcohol. This is the current AlphaGator. AlphaGator, you know, like Celebrator, Optimator. Brewed and canned by Abita Brewing Company. Abita Springs, Louisiana, independent craft brewer. India Pale Ale. It's 9.5% alcohol. I'm sorry, 9% and 35 bitterness units. Now, the previous version, which was introduced in 2021, is 8.5%. I don't know why they changed it. Now, this one is using citra hops, ale yeast. They don't describe the malts. So it's an alligator, but he's made out of hop cones, mostly. I think it's only sold in cans and on draft, if you can find it on draft. 24th day of 2024 at 1 o'clock and something p.m. That got messed up there. So I don't know why it took nearly 2 months to show up here, because it just showed up here. In fact, I know where to find the original AlphaGator in the lighter green, you know, the green and gold can. And maybe I will buy, and you know, when I did the AlphaGator 3 years ago, I didn't put a review on Beer Advocate, Rate Beer, or Untap, and the reason being is they didn't even have it listed. It was so rare. But I could buy the previous version, review it, put a review, written review, and then do this one and put the written review. Well, I'm gonna do that this morning. And then I could do a taste challenge with them, see which is better. But they're so obscure, you know, maybe no one would care. It's a very early morning. Right now, it's very early morning. And the sun isn't even up. But I got things to do, so I'm getting it out the way. Thin white head in a snifter glass. They said use a snifter glass. That's what the website says. Or a tumbler. They're not really similar. I don't know why they say a tumbler or a snifter. It's orange. Just straight up opaque orange. Opaque orange. Okay. So I never had it before, and this is the first video review for AlphaGator 2024 in the world. There are a few check-ins on Untap. It's not listed on Beer Advocate. The previous one is now, though. And Rate Beer, forget it, because I can't log in, and I'm not going to use this backdoor method that they're talking about. They need to get their situation straight. But I'm just not going to talk about them anymore. They don't. That's a dead issue. It's pungent. Here comes a train. It's white bread crust, pungent hops, but it's going to be such a low hop bitterness. You know, 35 IBUs on a 9% beer. That is a very, what I would call, improper India Pale Ale. And I know it's a race to the top. I've been talking about this for over a month. A race to the top with all the major companies, craft beer, craft style beer companies, trying to put out the highest ABV IPA, so-called IPAs. And Shiner's doing it at 9%, 9.5%. New Belgium with their 9.5%ers. Sierra Nevada's got one out there like that. Now Abita is. Goose Island has theirs. So I guess the next round is 10, 11, you know, whatever. It's crazy. Now, I have never seen AlphaGator in the stovepipe cans. I've seen AndyGator, and in fact, I see AndyGator stovepipes quite commonly, and the StrawGator, which is a blend of strawberry lager, Abita strawberry lager, and AndyGator. All right. So taste, cheers. It's a little chilly this morning. Citra hops, yeah. You get a hop flavor, like that lupulin powder flavor, but there's no real hop bitterness, so it's probably 1 out of 5 hop cones. And if you think that's appropriate for IPAs, you have at it and enjoy it, but I have a real problem with it. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say what I think about it. Sweetness, yeah, 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. 3.5 out of 5. So it's very malty and sweet, or relatively sweet. I mean, if it was very sweet, it'd be 5 out of 5, right? 4.5 or 5 out of 5 sugar cubes. But its body's high, medium, nearly heavy. Finish is mostly dry. Just 2 days ago, I did the Tropic Force. All right, I did the Juice Force. You know, it was okay. It was well made, I guess, in that sense of it. Well made in the sense of not being well made, of not being proper. You know what I'm saying? In the aberrant style. A well-made product in an aberrant style. Fruit Force was fine if you like flavor malt beverages that taste like fruit punch. With a lot of companies, like the original Club Tails, will do that. Of course, they're going to be loaded with sugar, much more than Fruit Force, and they'll be at 10%, but they won't be in stovepipe cans. But they'll be close, 16 ounces. But they're not claiming to be anything. They're just straight up flavored ale. They say flavored ale with food coloring. But if that's your goal, is to have sweet drinks for high alcohol consumption, I mean, you can get those pints for $1.79 at a local store. You can buy a handle of vodka for $11.99 at Walmart or some other stores, and you could add it to fruit juice for all of that. But this is sort of along the lines of what I was saying. Juice Force, Fruit Force, and Tropic Force. And they'll probably come out with Cosmic Force, Galactic Force, Earth Force, and so forth. Force, you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, so will it ever end? I guess eventually. Does it need to end? No, not necessarily. I don't have to like it, but it doesn't mean it needs to end. If people enjoy these things, and this is what drinking IPAs are to you, and maybe this is your experience. You said, this is what IPAs are. Low bitterness, fruity, high alcohol, and in many cases flavored malt beverages. So that's not what I'm thinking they are, but if that's what you want, then you got it, baby. You got it. Because that's the prominence right now. And also having a lot of oats and wheat added. Now they don't, on this website, Abita.com, they're not talking about any oats or wheat. And it is pretty non-fluffy in the flavor, kind of like straight liquid. So I'm not, and there's no like sliminess or anything. I'm not noticing any oats or wheat, honestly. But then, curiously enough, they didn't list the malt grain bill. So that's curious. And look what it said. Here's a legal disclosure, and this is where it comes down to it. What is this really? What really is this? Well, it tells you right there. Malt beverage with natural flavors. You say, well, Cayman Jack is a malt beverage with natural flavors. Four Loko is a malt beverage with artificial flavoring and food coloring. But hey, that's what craft beer is today. Malt beverage with natural flavors. There we are. There we are. This is what you wanted, and this is what you got. It is what it is. Now, what are the natural flavors? I couldn't tell you. They don't say on the website. I mean, probably, I think, isn't Sunny Delight also like a product with natural flavors, doesn't it? I don't deal with stuff like that, but doesn't it say that on the bottle, natural flavor? So probably whatever natural flavors are using that, are probably using this, like it's probably like a orange extract, tangerine extract, probably pineapple extract, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I think I prefer the other AlphaGator, which was a little less malt flavor, malt berry, but that's what it was. It's a little less of it, but that's what it was. So yeah, yay. I gave the Tropic Force a B, 83, and I'll go with an 83 on this one too. Is it good? Yeah, it's good. You want to pay $11.99 for a 6-pack of good beer? Go ahead, buy it. I did, but for review purposes. Is it a? Did I think it was going to be better? Yes, I did. I thought it could come in maybe 92 or 90, but now how's it going to go with this Kurtz sandwich spread? I bought this recently. Now I was finished with the Blue Plate, which is much more orange because they're more paprika oriented, the Blue Plate. But this is low application of paprika. This is American made sandwich spread. Now there is like a Honduran or Mexican made one I would like to try. I can see that at Walmart. It's certified kosher, and it wasn't too expensive. It was like $2.39. That's cheap. If you get the Blue Plate, it might be $4.99. So I got this dinner roll. Yes, it's another story. But I put a little bit on the outside. You can see that white mayonnaise-looking thing. Honestly, I don't know what kind of beverage would pair well with dinner roll. This tastes like King's Hawaiian, which I don't like those because they add sugar to them. They taste sugary. I like a dinner roll that's just the bread. Yeah. Well, Kurtz sandwich spread is good. Not as good as the Blue Plate, but that's premium. This is like value priced, I guess, like the Great Value. It's very similar to Great Value, and very possibly made by the same people who make Great Value. But if you feel compelled to use sandwich spread on your food products, I was never compelled to, except that I kept seeing people wanting it. So I was like, why would people want that? And so I bought it, made it a thing. So I got the Always Save version coming up. I have to buy a jar. And then I'll try that Mesoamerican sandwich spread. So, not disappointed with the Kurtz, disappointed with the Abita, AlphaGator, honestly. I'm disappointed with this whole thing. And I keep doing it, right? I keep buying them, and I'm saying the same thing in every video, but no great tragedy there. So, Les Bon Temps Roulé, it is good. I'm saying it's good, so you can't say I'm tearing them apart. The worst score I ever gave any of them was maybe a C+. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Abita Springs, Louisiana, and take a brewery tour.